AI is new. In some cases, could be interpreted as a buzzword because not everybody knows what AI means, what are the potential behind AI, how we can guarantee a successful implementation. So in our research, we assume that AI is something that is going to change by default, by design, because the AI system is going to learn from different sources, right? AI is going to learn from data that is available, that from the algorithm that we are implementing, that we are trigger learning and improvement in certain performance parameters. The AI system can learn from the environment, from the experiences that the system is gathering, and also AI can learn from human behavior, right? And this is where we are doing our research. How AI and humans can team together just to make a successful evolution of the AI implementation, mainly in the operations supply chain domain. So then the first assumption is that AI is going to learn, humans are learning. The two, partners, AI and humans, they have different features, so they can work together in order to complement each other. So then this recognition that the two agents are going to learn, this is important in order to allow this learning to happen with certain trigger points, right? Anchor points as well. So the idea is that, depending on the process in which we are going to implement the AI system, maybe the AI can be more autonomous. So then maybe the system will not need the human advice or the human insights. But in other areas in which maybe the risk is very high of making risky decisions, or maybe we don't know exactly what are the key parameters of the process in order to translate them into an algorithm, then maybe one approach will be to learn from the human decision making, right? But in that regards, we need to recognize that this learning is going to be quite often. So we need to capture the learning in order to make the right progression, because the system could learn by itself in the wrong direction, right? So we should first extract as much as we can from human expertise, human insights that are different than the AI system or the algorithm by default. But also we can make the human to learn from the AI, because AI has strong capabilities in terms of data management, in terms of understanding what are the big patterns from the data. So the human cannot observe this in a quickly manner, right? So then we should assume that the human is going to learn also from the AI. So we should establish this kind of interaction, this kind of language. And the language is so context dependent, so that we need to make sure that we provide this interaction, this learning, both sides, right? From the AI to the human and from the human to the AI. And then that we will, protect and facilitate the evolution of this learning. This is very easy to say, but not so easy to implement, right? But then our claim in our research is that we should prepare the systems just to make this learning to happen. This is why in our article in MIT's Law and Management Review, we are providing different quadrants as a guideline for companies to recognize these opportunities for mutual learning, what we call mutual teaming between AI and human, right? And there are different features that we could recognize. For example, this mutual learning that we were talking, that this transparency, right? Because again, the AI should provide the key information to the human for the human to make the right decisions, and vice versa, right? So then this transparency should happen because the two of them should trust each other. So they should know how the other might think or might make decisions, right? It's like in a partnership between humans or within a team of humans, right? Once you have been working with your partner, then you know very well how the other person is going to make a decision in certain contexts under certain risks, right? So then you would expect how to extract the best from the other side. And then we have illustrated all these with different examples, real examples, coming from companies, coming from operations, coming from supply chains. Yeah. So these 4 features, so flexibility, visibility, integration, and interoperability in intermodal systems, right? There are the 4 main features that will create this synchronization that we need, and we have call it synchromodality. So we have tested this with different companies, different logistics service providers, and also we have found what are the benefits of implementing that, right? In terms of being more resilient, in terms of being more efficient. Also, we have other research that is, we are working on the paper right now. What are the trade-offs between, with these synchromodality features, what are the trade-offs between being more resilient, for example, in front of the COVID, and being more efficient, right? These are clear trade-offs in the benefits, and we have found that certain companies are doing both at the same time. Other companies are spending more money on being resilient, so they are less efficient, and the opposite, right? So we have, what are the features of those companies that they can improve at the same time being efficient and resilient? This is what we have been working in the second paper out of the synchromodality research.